Hello everyone, welcome to Study IAS exam, and today yet again I have come up with a very important topic that is called global oil market. So here we will be discussing how the oil is produced and how it is powering throughout the world. So first of all, we should know about what is oil. So oil is also called as crude oil, which is naturally occurring flammable liquid found in the rocks formation beneath the Earth's surface. It is formed from the remains of tiny marine organisms and plants that lived millions of years ago. So how did the oil form? So you can see here marine organism died and sank to the ocean floor. So the layer of sediments covered them over millions of years. Heat and pressure transformed them into hydrocarbons and oil and gas trapped in porous rock beneath the Earth's surface. So there are various types of crude oil. One is light crude oil, that is having a low density, easy to refine, that is WTI and Brent crude, which we normally use for finding out the oil price throughout the world. Then we have a heavy crude that is of high density, more sulfur and harder to refine, that is found in Maya and Urals mountain. Then we have a sweet crude that is of low sulfur content. Then we have a sour crude that is of high sulfur content. So some of the major oil producing region are, on the top is the Middle East, which is having 33% of the world oil as per 2024 estimates. Second is North America, leading with second rank of 20%, then Russia and Caspian with 13%, Asia Pacific with 8%, Africa with 8%, South America with 7%, Europe with 4%. So some of the major oil consuming region as of 2024 are Asia Pacific, which is 38%, is utilizing consumption, the oil is of 38%, North America on the second, which is consuming the 24% of the world oil, then Europe with 15%, Middle East with 9%, other with 14%. So how the oil from the exploration comes to your house? So now we'll check the journey of the oil from well to you. First of all, there is an exploration that is done. First of all, we will be finding the oil and gas reserve. Once we are able to find the oil and gas reserve, we will start drilling wells to extract the crude oil. Again, the extraction will happen, so oil is brought to the surface and it is stored in the tanks. Then this crude oil is transported through pipeline, tankers and trucks. Where it will be reaching, the crude oil will be going through a process called refining with the help of fractional distillation. Crude oil is refined into petrol, diesel, LPG, jet fuel, etc. Then the process of distribution is started, where products are distributed to markets and consumers. Right? So there are certain trends that are happening from 2023 to 2025. The oil price remains very volatile due to geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, where supplies are being cut and global demand is facing uncertainty. OPEC, oil producing and marketing, continues production cuts to support the prices. Extended cuts announced in the late 2004 will be continuing till 2025. There is a heavy tension that is happening in the Middle East region, where Israel is having a war with various countries, where Red Sea, Israel-Iran tension causing supply disruption fear. Global demand growth is slower due to economic slowdown in China, Europe and high interest rate, which is again further bringing the economic growth down. Energy transition is gaining pace, but oil remains the irreplaceable in transport, aviation and petrochemical. US shale production remains strong, making the US a top oil producer. India's oil demand is rising, so we need to focus on energy security and also on the diversification of the oil imports. So what is the current crude oil price trend that we are facing in the world? So if we go by that, we can see here Brent crude, where US dollar per barrel. So if we see here in 2022, when Russia-Ukraine war impacted, so the Brent crude has gone from 60 to more than 100 in 2022. But after the war has been slightly lower on the case, the Brent crude has again reached to a pre-war level of 60. Then slowdown has happened, so global economic slowdown started happening in 2023, so the oil price remained around $80 per barrel. Then all of a sudden in 2024, OPEC and production cut has happened. Because of that, again the prices started happening, and in 2025 and 26 there's again further increase in the oil price started happening. So because of that, the Brent crude has gone up by more than $100 per barrel. Now, major source of oil supplies, the top producer are USA with 13.2 million barrels per day, Saudi Arabia with 10.1 million barrels per day, Russia with 9.6 million barrels per day, Canada with 4.4 million barrels per day, then with Iraq with 4.3 million barrels per day. Okay, so where does the India gets oil from? India is getting oil from various countries because of the diversification. So the sources are from PPAC, Government of India, where we are checking like total imports are 5350,000 barrel per day. Mostly we are taking from Iraq 22%, then Saudi Arabia 17%, UAE 12%, Russia 11%, USA 6%, and other countries 32%. So what are the key issues in global oil market? So the main issues are geopolitical conflict in the Middle East that is already happening, Ukraine war, price volatility and market uncertainties are happening, OPEC is doing production cuts, energy security from the importing countries, climate change, pressure to reduce the fossil fuels, shift towards renewable energy and electric vehicles, sanction on oil producing countries like Iran and Russia, shipping threats from the Red Sea area and Strait of Hormuz, that are all a key issue in the global oil market. Now we are facing some of the very issue with the oil routes. If you can see here, there are 4-5 routes are there: Suez Canal, Bab el Mandeb, then Strait of Malacca, then Strait of Hormuz. Right now, every day we are listening to the word of Strait of Hormuz, which is transporting 20% of the global oil passes, but now it is under the blockade. Again, in the Suez Canal, again 10% of the global oil trade happens through the Suez Canal. Then Bab el Mandab is also producing oil routes between Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, and Strait of Malacca, which is producing, which is sending around 25% of the global oil trade. So if we are really wanted to secure the global supply line of the oil, we need to secure all these 4 places throughout the world. So what is the impact of oil prices? So high oil prices rate to inflation rise, transport cost will go up, higher production cost, then economic growth slow down, and trade deficit will increase. And if we have a lower oil price, inflation cools down, transport cost reduces, it will again provide boost to industries, economic growth improves, and oil producer revenue also falls. So what we are facing in the next is oil will remain crucial for decades, but it will gradually decline. So we need to do investment in the clean energy and alternative increasing. Then countries focusing on energy security and self-reliance, and technology and innovation will shape the future of energy. So there are certain things that I wanted you to remember. It is related to some of the technical points that you should know regarding the oil. First of all, we should know what exactly is crude oil. It is unrefined oil extracted from the ground. Then what is Brent crude? It is a benchmark for Europe, Africa and Middle East. On the basis of this, the whole oil market rates are decided. Then what is WTI? It is West Texas Intermediate, so it is a benchmark for USA. Then OPEC is Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. OPEC plus is OPEC plus other member producing like Russia. What is the meaning of upstream? That is mean exploration and production. Midstream mean transport and storage. Downstream mean refining and marketing. So this is all about oil, global oil market. So I'll be coming with the next video. Till then, thank you so much. Bye bye.